You know, we like to focus on Bible prophecy for about 5 minutes each week. We call it a prophecy update. There's a bunch of prophecies regarding the last days that are yet to be fulfilled. One researcher says that there's at least 500. As a result of that, we think we should be able to identify trends that are in the world that are be expected in light of those prophecies. These things aren't the fulfillment of prophecy. They're just things that you would expect from reading the Bible. Japanese and Russian geneticists are working together to, and I quote, resurrect a woolly mammoth. Let me read a few excerpts from the article I read. New findings indicate that the resurrection of mammoths is not a fantasy, after cell nuclei extracted from the remains of a woolly mammoth were discovered to retain some function. When placed in the ova of mice, the nuclei developed to a state just before cellular division, according to a paper published Monday in the British journal Scientific Reports. The team includes researchers from Japanese and Russian universities. It's been working for about 20 years on a project to use cloning to resurrect mammoths, an animal that has long been extinct. The cell nuclei used in the team's recent findings were extracted from musculature and other tissue from Yuka. She's about 3.5 meters long. She's a female woolly mammoth excavated nearly intact in 2010 from the permafrost in Siberia. One of the professors in reproductive biology at the University of Yamanashi's Advanced Biotech Center said, "This can be praised as a first step in research towards the dream of resurrecting extinct ancient animals." I was going to say maybe these guys should watch Jurassic Park. But I think they probably have and think it's going to turn out differently for them. Never works out. How is this relevant to Bible prophecy? Well, Jesus told us that the last days would be like the days of Noah. And specifically, Jesus mentioned the marriages that were taking place in the days of Noah. And those marriages were between fallen angels and human women. You can read about it in chapter 6 of Genesis. And the bottom line here, those unions were producing a genetically altered offspring. Something was going on at a genetic level in terms of tampering with DNA. They produced the giants that are elsewhere called the Nephilim. So I can conclude from Jesus' words that a characteristic of the last days will be manipulating both animal and human DNA. It's a trend you'd expect from reading the Bible literally as a futurist. As believers, we expect that Jesus is going to return at any moment. The rapture of the church is imminent, but it's unpredictable. That means it could happen at any moment, but we prepare as if it could be a while, and so we serve the Lord as we're waiting. Jesus said he would come and resurrect the dead in Christ, and then at that same time he would transform those who are living in the moment, in the twinkling of an eye, and catch us up with them in the air to be with him in heaven. Are you ready for the rapture? If not, get ready, stay ready, keep looking up. Ready or not, Jesus is coming.